Hey friends, what's up? Welcome back. Today we are going to be shopping my stash. So we're going to be switching out the basket that I've been working on for 2 weeks, and I'm going to be chatting about the products in it and my thoughts, and then we're going to be shopping for some new items. So we're actually going to be rotating out quite a bit of stuff. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Megan. I would love to have you. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit the thumbs up as well. Really does help my channel out. Without further ado, let's go ahead and shop my stash, you guys. Okay, so this is what the basket was looking like last time. You all saw it. I do have some staple items that stay, and we will chat about that. And then I do have quite a few that I want to rotate, so let's go ahead and jump into it. The first product is the Dose of Colors foundation, and it's the Meet Your Hue. I have the shade 110 Light. I really do love this, and I'm currently panning it, but I do kind of just want to branch out and try something a little bit different. Just because I am getting a little bit burnt out on it. So I want to bring a little bit of variety back to my basket. So I am going to go ahead and rotate this out. I also had the LA Girl Soft Matte Cream Blush. I have the shade Grace. This is really pretty. I only used this one time throughout the rotation. I do think that this is really nice. The lasting power is a bit iffy on me. I definitely need to play with it a little bit more before I give my full thoughts. But when I did wear it, I did enjoy it. So I am going to go ahead and rotate this out. I have this in here. This is the Smashbox Halo Tint. This is the shade Medium, which is too deep for me. But what I've been doing is mixing it with a foundation, because right now I don't really have a foundation that is deep enough. So I've been adding a little bit of this to get a better shade for me. So I am going to go ahead and keep this in the basket because I'm still going to have to continue to mix my foundations right now. I had the Dior concealer in my basket, and I am going to go ahead and keep it in there just because it is the deepest concealer that I have. So really right now it's working best for my skin tone. I also had the Rare Beauty Illuminating Primer. I really do enjoy this, and I think that it is a good one. I really wanted to just rotate it in just to get a better feel for it, because I had a mini of this and I liked it and I emptied it, but then I hadn't used it in a while, so I really couldn't remember like my thoughts. So I really do enjoy this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and rotate it out though, just because I do want to rotate a different primer in just to keep it fresh. I also have the Rose Ink Luminous Tinted Serum in here in the shade 060. I'm going to keep this in because we're getting close to it being done, and it is one of the really good shades for me in my collection right now. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this in. I also rotated this into my basket, and you guys didn't see that in the last video because when I was mixing these two, we were getting the depth, but it was pulling a little yellow. So to cancel that out, I pulled out my LA Girl Pro Color Foundation Mixing Pigment to neutralize the tone out, and I was able to get a much better shade match for me. So I am going to go ahead and keep this in my basket to continue to help with those shade matching. Next up, I have the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Sun Kissed Face Primer. I am going to leave this in as well. This is something that I like to use a couple times a week just to continue to work on my tan. So this is going to stay. Next up, from Phytosurgence, I have the Spectral Shine and Dew of Dawn, and I'm not going to open it because if your gut's tingling and you feel like you know why, then you probably know why. But I am not going to open it because I want to save this update for my next Project Pan video. but I am going to rotate this out. So do with that information what you will. I also have my all-nighter setting powder from Urban Decay. This is the waterproof one. This is so freaking good. In my opinion, it's a summer must-have, like, obviously. And I used my other one up last summer, and I started on this one, and then I'm gonna finish it this summer. I'm actually thinking I'm probably gonna repress this today, just because it is getting a bit difficult to get the product around the rim, whereas it would just be a lot easier if it was all in the center. So I am going to repress this today, but I'm also going to be leaving it in my basket. Next up, we have the Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Fair. I did use this a handful of times, and I'm glad I did. Now that I have a little bit of color to me, this is actually looking really nice on my skin. And I've never had a beef with the formula, because I think the formula is freaking beautiful. I just think that this being marketed as the shade Fair, I think it's a little deep for that. Like, as you can see, like, it is, she's a dark bronzer. So this is working better for me now. So because of that, I do think that I actually, I want to leave this in the basket for another rotation, because I do want to play with it some more. Next up, I have my Cosis Duo in the shade Velvet Melon. I'm also not going to open this. I'm going to save it for my Project Panning update. So go ahead and speculate, but I am going to rotate this out of my basket, finally. I also have my Patrick Todd Duo in the shade She's So LA. Freaking love this blush, you guys. It looks really gross because I recently repressed it, and there's just like no way really to make a cream repress look beautiful, especially when you're like continuing to use it. So I am gonna go ahead and I am gonna keep this in my basket for now. This is also an item that stays. You may notice I finally hit that freaking pan, you guys. This is pretty deep. Like, I thought I was gonna hit this pan like last month, and I just now hit it like when I'm filming this, like 2 days before that. So really, really happy about that. This is the Nabla Skin Glaze in the shade Privilege. I use this to highlight my brow bone, so it's not like I use a ton of it at a time, so kind of makes sense that it took forever. But this is one, I'm still going to keep it in my basket because I only have 2 powdered highlighters, and this is how I'm going to use this one, so it's going to stay. I also had this little Saint quad in my basket this time. I have some thoughts. So I wasn't able to use these 2 just because they're too light for me right now. I hate this blush. It's just not, it's not my preference. It's not pigmented enough. It's almost like putting, it reminded me of like if you were to put gloss, like a tinted gloss on your face. Like, this is what this made me think of. So I hate this. This was really nice formula-wise. It blended out really well. It looked beautiful. However, the tone on me pulls more on the contour side, which I don't really contour. I bronze. So I'm trying to decide if this is something that like will get, like, see what I mean? It's like the tone is so much cooler. So I'm not really sure. Well, actually, I think I know what I want to do with this, collection wise, but I think that, yeah, that formula is nice. The tone ain't it, but I hate this, and I haven't really experimented with those 2 enough to know. So yeah, but I am going to go ahead and rotate this one out. Next up is my Olimar Trio that I am panning. I have made some pretty nice progress in this shade. I'd taken a break from it for a while, but it's one of those items that I might not use all the time, but it's gonna stay in my basket because I am actively trying to finish the product, so she's gonna stay. And now we're gonna go shopping for some new products to toss in my basket. Okay, so we're gonna start up here at the top, and I wanted to do, yes, I want to rotate this in because it's a sample, and I'm honestly really excited to try it out, but I also think it's nice to get samples in and out of your collection as well. So I'm gonna rotate this in as my powdered version of a bronzer. I also feel like maybe I want another powder bronzer too. No, I won't. Okay, I won't. Because I was like, that might get to be a little bit much. I do want to rotate in my Spectral Shine. This one is in the shade Divine Daylight. This is currently what this one is looking like. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate this in so that I have a nice glow. Blush. I feel like you wanna know what I want to rotate in. I want to rotate in my MAC Go Play blush in the shade So Natural. I freaking love this, and I used the crap out of it when I first got it, but then I started focusing on finishing those other blushes, so I haven't got to use this lately as much as I would like. So I want to pull it back out because I really love this one and I'm excited to use it. I do want to rotate in another cream bronzer, and I think this space is getting a little overflowed, but ignore that. I want to rotate in my nude sticks. This one is in the shade Bondi Bay, and I've heard so many good things about this, and I've only used it one time, and that was in like a first impressions video. So I really want to rotate it back out and give it a go so I can get like a better feel of my thoughts for this product. Okay, next up, sorry, it's like a little bit darker down here. I need to do a primer. And what primer do I want to do? I had this one in last time. I just rotated this one out. I think this is the only other primer that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate in my Melon Bright Side Primer. And then I also need a foundation. And the one I had in mind is this one. It's my Fenty Beauty. This is the Hydrating Foundation that I absolutely love. This is a little bit of a darker shade. It's the shade 210. So I'm going to rotate this in and we'll see if it works for me or if I need to do a little mixology. But I am really excited to use this because literally one of my favorite freaking foundations. I love the way that it looks on my skin. So I'm going to rotate it in. Okay, so here is what my final basket is looking like. These all just, because I have so many of these, like, the way these are shaped, they just kind of like fit in here weird, which is fine. It is what it is. But this is what the basket is looking like and what I'm going to be focusing on over the next 2 weeks. I do also have this on my vanity right now. It is what I depotted from my Merit lipstick that I had to fix. So I keep this on my vanity and I use it whenever I'm just like doing something minimal or here or filming or whatever, so that I can still use this up. So it's like not technically in my basket, but it's something that I always keep up here, as well as my Tarte powder foundation. If I want to use this for a little more coverage or to set or whatever, I've been keeping it up here as well so that they can get a little bit more use. But yeah, I'm really excited to buy this basket because I feel like it's a pretty big refresh. I have, you know, several products that have been in my basket for a really long time. Like if you've been watching these videos and you know, like the Cosis and the Phytosurgeons product have been in there for fucking ever. So I was really excited to move those out and do a little bit of a refresh type of situation. I just feel like that's necessary sometimes to like mix it up and whatnot. But yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up before you guys leave. And thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.